Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and another batch of WWE 2K19 news as we start off with a few extra details on Saturday's reveal of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, as 2K today released a new press release featuring both stars commenting on their inclusion. Firstly, Pete Dunne said, "Being in a WWE 2K game is a bucket list goal for every sports entertainer, especially for me as I spent so many hours on WWE games as a kid, it's a dream come true." Meanwhile, Tyler Bate said, "In such a short time in WWE, I've experienced so many incredible moments, becoming the first ever WWE United Kingdom Champion, NXT Tag Team Champion, and now I can add being featured in WWE 2K19 to that list. Kane has always been a hero of mine and I can't wait to match the big strong boy against the big red machine and see who comes out on top. There's a lot of dream matches to be made and I'm excited for the fans to see who they put me up against." Also speaking on their inclusion was Sean Conway, the narrative designer at Visual Concepts, who stated, "As WWE expands globally, we want the WWE 2K roster to reflect those changes as much as possible." A lot of fans requested Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate be added to the WWE 2K roster, and we weren't surprised given how much success they've had early in their careers and the amazing matches they've had against one another. All things considered, there were no better options to select for our first NXT UK roster additions. Following on from that note of the first NXT UK roster additions, WWE Games posted this screenshot of Pete Dunne on their Instagram account with a description asking which other UK superstars people would like to see in the game, potentially teasing that there will be more NXT UK stars announced further down the line, either as part of the on-disc roster or as DLC. Up next, we're talking age ratings, as yesterday seen the ESRB release their official rating for the game, in which it was given the regular T for teen rating, which has become synonymous with WWE games. Whilst this was to be expected, when reading the notes for the game, we do have confirmations of two more superstars, although one is obvious and the other one is pretty much expected as they have been in for the past few years. The first one is none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin, as the rating notes a Beer 316 crowd sign and a wrestler who can be seen sticking out his middle finger, both referencing Stone Cold. The second confirmation confirms The Godfather, as the rating includes example dialogue that's featured in the game, with this one reading, "You already know that The Godfather be pimpin' hoes," which is taken from his entrance. Whilst there isn't any other confirmations noted in the description, it is interesting reading one of the other examples of dialogue, as the text reads, "That's more than I can say about the bimbo in the ring with those flotation devices pumped up to the max, as it's not really something that you would expect to hear on commentary in a WWE game in 2018. It's also questionable just how much of the summary is in regards to 2K19 specifically, as if you take a look at some of the past ratings for the likes of 2K18, then you'll see that the text is pretty much just cut and pasted across, with the alcohol mention of one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer also seeming odd, as these were the lyrics to one of the songs included in the WWE 2K18 soundtrack, therefore it's not something that you would expect to see return in 2K19. Anyway guys, that pretty much does it for this video, as there's not really much else newsworthy to cover at present, as there's still been nothing announced in regards to the roster reveal, and all that's come out of 2K this week is the release of the WWE photoshoot episode on the WWE Games channel that features Ric Flair and Charlotte, and goes behind the scenes of the WWE 2K19 Collector's Edition photoshoot, which actually aired last week on the WWE Network. Regardless, for anyone interested in watching it, I'll leave a link in the video description, but that's where I'm going to end today's video. Hopefully there's some news tomorrow and the start of the roster reveal, however as of right now there's nothing being announced. So as always, let me know your thoughts on today's news in the comments, and if you're new to the channel then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more WWE 2K19 news. But until next time, have yourself an awesome day and I'll catch you later.